What's up, guys? Back with another Honkai Star Rail video, and we're going to talk about why you should summon for Silverwolf. So, thanks to Pridwin.gg, I'll have a link to this in the description. They have the kit from the official Chinese community, and it's been translated. So this is pretty much as official as it can get. So, regardless of what she does, right, the one thing I'm going to focus on in particular is the fact that she can apply a weakness to an enemy regardless of what they're already weak to. So, skill, there is an X-based chance to add a weakness of an ally's type to the target enemy and reduce the enemy's damage resistance to that element. If the enemy already has that weakness, the effect of the reduction will not happen. Each enemy can only have one weakness implanted by Silverwolf. To be honest with you, the whole rest of the kit almost doesn't matter with just that. With that, it doesn't matter what team you want to use, right? Because breaking toughness and being type effective is really important. Getting the break and, delaying their action, applying, the DOT, whatever it may be, very, very, very strong. A lot of damage. And the fact that Silverwolf can just be like, all right, well, let's say you're running her with Jingyun, Tingyun, and let's say like a Shooter, like, Gipper, right? Having the enemy be weak to lightning for, the ult and the Thunderlord's follow-up attack, insanely good. There are runs in the Forgotten Hall that I'm looking at the enemy and I'm like, okay, I just straight up don't have anyone who's good on one stage. So like my first team, fine, right? It's weak to, let's say, like physical versus Sushang, right? The other team is not weak at all to lightning or any other people on my team. I just can't break toughness, and that is going to be very rough, as I'm not going to get the free damage, I'm not going to get the extra damage, I'm not going to get the delay in action from breaking them, and it's rough. But Silverwolf pretty much just says, okay, hey, you really like this team, right? As long as you can fit her on the team as like a support, it doesn't really matter where you fight, because they're going to be weak to whatever DPS you have. And if you don't get it the first time, just use your skill again, right? But let's go over everything that she does. So, her traces are the bug's duration extended for X amount of turns. Every time an enemy is inflicted with weakness break, Silverwolf has a base % chance of implanting a random bug to the enemy. We'll go over what the bugs do when we get to her talent. Now, the duration of the weakness implanted by Silverwolf's skill increases by X amount of turns. That is massive. If you just use it once and then you don't have to worry about it for like a few turns, that is going to save you a lot than if you're going to have to try and reroll. Because if it runs out, like let's say it lasts for one turn, if it runs out, then you're going to have to apply the skill again, and you could just get unlucky and just not get the right element on it, which would kind of hamper your damage. So if it lasts for X amount of turns, let's say you roll the element you want, that'd be very, very nice. If the enemy has X or more debuffs when skills used, the enemy's all type damage resistance decreases by an extra %. That's also pretty nice. You are going to be putting out some mad good numbers with Silverwolf. Then we have the basic skills. This is the before and after. We really only care about the after. When Silverwolf implants another weakness on the target, only the most recently implanted one will be kept. I talked about that. In addition, there is a high chance additionally to reduce to all type res of the enemy's X% for a certain amount of turns. That's very nice if the enemy is weak to, let's say, fire, quantum, physical, and you have a quantum unit and then you implant a wind weakness, your quantum unit will still get bonuses, even though it is now weak to wind as well, and then deals quantum damage equal to X% of Silverwolf's attack. Honestly, it didn't really have to even do damage. I feel like it does enough as is, but I mean, we'll take the free damage. And then, of course, the ultimate, there's a high base chance to increase the target enemy's defense by X amount for turns, and at the same time deals X amount of damage of Silverwolf's attack as quantum damage. Very nice. It's pretty much like Pele ult. Lowering defense after the bug, you're just going to kill whatever you look at this point. Plus, Silverwolf's skill and ultimate both just do damage outright, so that's also very nice. And she's quantum. I guess it doesn't really matter that she's quantum, but, we'll take as many quantums as we can get at the moment, because it's only a 4-star and a 5-star at the moment. And then her talent. Silverwolf can create 3 types of bugs. Do note that this is the bug in her traces that is extended and has an extra base chance of applying a random bug. So, Scroll too far down. Alright, so the bugs reduce attack by X amount, reduce defense by X amount, and reduce speed by X amount. It's random. Every time Silverwolf attacks, she has a base % chance of implanting a random bug that lasts for X amount of enemy turns. All of those are good. Like, let's say you obviously want the defense one to do more damage. Yeah, you know, that's fair. If you lower their speed, still huge. Lower her attack, still huge. I feel like the attack might be the worst one, just if you're just on top of it, you're never letting the enemy have a turn for certain teams. I feel like, you know, obviously attack wouldn't really matter, but still, all three of those are insanely good. She offers more damage, right? Lowers enemies' defense, and then has the utility of lowering speed attack as well as defense again. Kind of crazy, not gonna lie. Very nice unit. And then she has the technique, which I didn't even know this was a thing. Immediately attacks the enemy, dealing quantum damage to all targets. After entering battle, reduces the toughness from all enemies, ignoring their weakness. Enemies with their weakness broken in this way will trigger the quantum weakness break effect. So, if you don't know what this means, when you go into a fight, the enemy will have like 3, 4, or 5, whatever it may be, weaknesses on it. When you attack them, any enemy that is weak to the character you attacked with will take toughness damage and a little bit of damage, right? Why this is big is in something like Simulated Universe, right? Let's say I have an issue with this because I have 3 electrics and a ice character. Well, when I run up to them, if they're not weak to any of the people on my team, if I have Silverwolf instead, right? They're not weak to Quantum Ice, Electric, right? I can use Silverwolf's technique and hit them, and it will do toughness damage regardless of what they're weak to. That's kind of nice. If you don't have anybody to attack with, like Jingyun, his isn't an attack, it's just, you know, Lightning Lord. Tingyun is just getting her ult. Jeopard is just shield. Bailu's healing, you know, whatever it may be. Himiko has the circle, whatever it may be. As long as your character isn't one that attacks, this is probably the best technique going in that isn't just a debuff, right? If you're just going based off of, I just want to do a lot of toughness damage, this will probably be the universal one that you'll use. Silverwolf is just all around. She really just fits in any team, honestly. I guess the only time you're not going to get an insane amount of use from her is if the boss somehow just resists the bugs, which I don't think there's a boss at the top of my head that does, like, cleanse itself, unless I'm forgetting something, and they're already weak to everything on your team. But still, then you still have the does extra damage from, yeah, all types of resistance. Like, it's so crazy. She's just so good. But that's pretty much it for Silverwolf. If anything changes, I will let you guys know. This should just be the straight up official ones. I doubt they're going to change it from the CN version, considering she comes out in what, like 2 days from now. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts on Silverwolf are. If you want to summon for her, if you're saving. Personally, I probably am gonna have to skip her just because I want to make sure I get Kafka, because I am not on my 50-50, and if I lose and don't get her, that's going to be very tragic because she's the character I wanted to save for from the start. But regardless of that, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, and of course, don't forget to like, subscribe for more Star Wars content, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.